Think 60K is the top? This Bitcoin fractal suggests it's the next bear market bottom, son. Let's go. Bitcoin may have hit highs of 60,000, but calculations suggest that price level will matter much more to bears, not bulls. In a tweet on October 14th, popular Twitter account TechDev again highlighted historical data which has so far accurately tracked Bitcoin's highs and lows. How about an 80% Bitcoin price crash to 60,000? While Bitcoin USD is tipped to retake all-time highs and climb to six figures this year, investors' attention is already turning to how far Bitcoin will fall after its next blow off top. The idea that Bitcoin price action moves in cycles with a bearish phase and a bottom of about 80% of the blow off top has become widely accepted. What is much harder to believe in current circumstances, however, is that 60,000 may just be the price floor of that potential 80% correction. Using Fibonacci sequences, TechDev showed that each Bitcoin bear bottom fell within an identical range. This accounts for both the sub 200 lows in 2014 and roughly $3,200 floor in December 2018. Given Bitcoin's cycle metamorphoses, the next logical retracement, therefore, has anywhere from 47,000 to 60,000 as a target. I know no one cares about macro during a pump, but the last two Bitcoin bear markets bottomed in the 1.486 to 1.618 logarithmic Fibonacci pocket of the previous cycle, he commented. This suggests that the next bear bottom is 47 to 60. If that's where we land, the math gets fun. That ultimately, the one thing I want to say, Miguel, and I'll let you start on this, that ultimately puts us at about a $300,000 Bitcoin. If it's 80%, just giving you the math, that says that we're going to a $300,000 Bitcoin. I don't even think CVO is that bullish. Talk to me.
Bro, all I got to say is if we hit 300,000, you already know I'm going to be setting up my farm on Mars. Man, I mean, right, from the article, what TechDev is saying there, right, makes sense. If the previous historical patterns of the previous two cycles hitting that Fibonacci retracement of 1.4 to 1.6, very highly possible, right? When we had CVO on last week, most of his predictions are all
over. You can flip, Miguel, flip over real quick and look at this. I've got it zoomed in. Here's that chart, guys, for those of you on YouTube right now. This is the chart with the Fibonacci extensions on here. And guys, it's all numbers, right? It's all numbers with the technical charting. So continue, Miguel. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted you to be able to show people what's here.
So right here, right, what we're seeing is historical patterns. And CVO's entire predictions for what he was saying are all based on historical patterns. So there is tons of you know, it's what we say all the time. The trend is your friend until the end. So these historical patterns keep happening. Therefore, there is a trend in these patterns. Therefore, there's no reason to doubt it until it breaks, right? Everyone likes to say this time is different. This time is different, but it hasn't been different yet. So there is actually no reason to believe this time will be different. It's more likely this time will be the same. We're just going to get thrown in some new confusion that's going to make us think it's different again.
Yeah. I really liked what Paul, which is CVO crypto for you guys that don't know, I really liked what he talked about. When we asked him about this, about some of the numbers, and I said, listen, why would they ever let it go that high? And we were kind of going back and forth about that. The reality is it is the short-term shakeouts, right? Like I've talked about this a couple times already. If we go, because I believe that 100-ish is the top, if we have a 30% correction like he's predicting from 100, I will tell you, and I'm telling everyone now, if that happens, I will tell you that you will hear me saying we are headed back down. I'm calling a bear market. That is what I truly believe, right? Now, could I be wrong? Absolutely. Could I miss out on another huge pump? Absolutely. But I have to go with what I truly believe. Now, might I buy back in once it starts pumping like crazy back up again? Maybe so. We'll take a look. I will have taken enough profits at that point that, I could make the decision to do that. But what I want everybody to do is just be responsible. We preach responsibility because we want you to win in the long run. I don't want investors coming into the space thinking that it's going to change their life, and then it changes their life to the bad, right? Because they make a stupid decision or 2 stupid decisions or 10 stupid decisions to try to change it overnight as opposed to actually investing long term.
There's no irresponsibility in waiting for a $300,000 Bitcoin.
No,
Those are
no, no.
facts.
No.
No,
Yes, long term.
I'm just messing. I'm
No,
just
no, no,
messing
no,
around.
no. You're so right though. But think about it. There's
Long
no
term.
long term. That, like, if you get into these markets, like the most financially secure thing that you could ever do in the crypto markets right now, as we speak, would be to, in my opinion, again, I'm not a financial advisor. We're not sitting here giving you financial advice, but I think the most secure thing that you could possibly do, if I was to say, hey, look, this is a sure shot, would be drop money into Bitcoin, drop money into Ethereum, forget about it for
Yeah.
another 10 years,
Well, yeah. When it comes to that, like CVO said that in the next bull run, he's calling for a $2 million Bitcoin. That's crazy.
That's
I
nuts.
don't believe that. I believe Bitcoin
500.
will hit $2 million or plus by the end of the decade. That I do believe. By 2030, that's why 2030 is such a big number for me. By the end of 2030, we would see at one point or another a $2 million Bitcoin or $1 million plus Bitcoin. Next bull run, that sounds a little crazy to me, right? But by the end of the decade, I completely agree. And therefore, meaning if you buy Bitcoin and you just hold it for the next 8
Yeah.
years,
Yep.
you're gonna be solid.
Yep.
You're gonna be solid. Buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, hold it for the next 10 years and 8 years, and you're gonna be solid by 2030.